Welcome. In this video, we're taking a calm journey into the life of one of the most talked about figures of our time, Elon Musk. From a quiet childhood in South Africa to the heights of space exploration and electric vehicles, this story isn't just about rockets and cars. It's about a restless mind, a difficult childhood, endless curiosity, and a vision that refuses to stay within Earth's boundaries. We'll walk through his earliest memories, the books he buried himself in, the loneliness he felt, and the dreams he built in silence. So relax, settle in, and let's drift into this story together. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share in the comments where you're watching from. Let's begin. The sun rises slowly over Pretoria, South Africa, in the early 1970s. The jacaranda trees lining the streets begin to bloom in shades of purple, and the air is thick with the dry heat that clings to the city. In a modest neighborhood, inside a quiet home, a baby is born on June 28, 1971. His name is Elon Musk. His mother, Maya, is a model and dietitian from Canada, tall, graceful, with a determined look in her eyes. His father, Errol, is an electromechanical engineer, a man of sharp intellect but complex emotions. There are two other children in the family soon after: Kimball, Elon's younger brother, and Tosca, his sister. The household is full but not always warm. Elon is a strange child from the beginning, not in a troubling way, but in a way that makes people pause. He doesn't respond when spoken to sometimes. His mother worries he might be deaf. She takes him to doctors. They test his hearing. Everything is fine. But Elon is somewhere else, lost in thought. His mind wanders to places no one else can see. He's quiet in a house that is often loud. His parents argue. The walls seem to echo with tension. Elon learns early to retreat inward. He finds safety in silence, in observation, in thinking. At school, he doesn't fit in. South Africa, in the 1970s and 1980s, is a country divided by apartheid. The social fabric is tight, rigid, and unforgiving. But even beyond politics, Elon is simply different. He's small for his age, awkward, and his mind moves faster than his words. Other children notice. They don't understand him. And what people don't understand, they often reject. He is bullied, not just teased, truly bullied, pushed downstairs, beaten in bathrooms. Once, a group of boys attacks him so badly that he is hospitalized. His nose is broken. He has trouble breathing through it for years. The pain is sharp, but it fades. What doesn't fade is the loneliness. Elon doesn't tell many people about this time, not in detail, but it shapes him. He learns that the world can be cruel without reason, that strength doesn't always come from your body, that sometimes survival means disappearing into your own mind. And so he does. He reads. Not just a little. He reads obsessively. He devours books the way some children devour candy. Science fiction, encyclopedias, fantasy, comics. He reads 10 hours a day. His family worries. His brother Kimball remembers Elon always with a book in his hands, even at the dinner table, even when walking. By the time he is 9 years old, Elon has read through the entire Encyclopedia Britannica. All of it, cover to cover. He remembers most of it. His mind works like a filing cabinet. Information goes in, gets sorted, and stays. One day, his parents ask him what he wants to be when he grows up. He doesn't say astronaut. He doesn't say scientist. He says, very calmly, that he's thought about it and concluded that he should work on things that will most affect the future of humanity. He's 9. His father takes him seriously in his own way. Errol is a complicated man, brilliant but difficult. He teaches Elon about engineering, about how things work. They go on trips together into the South African wilderness. Elon listens. He absorbs. But the relationship is not easy. Errol is demanding, critical. There is love, but it is wrapped in layers of expectation and coldness. Years later, Elon will describe his father as a difficult person to be around. He will say that almost every bad thing you can imagine has happened to him because of his father. He doesn't elaborate much, but the weight of those words hangs heavy. Still, Elon learns. He watches his father fix machines, build things, solve problems. He begins to understand that the world is a puzzle, and if you look closely enough, you can find the seams. You can take it apart. You can put it back together differently. When he is 10, Elon sees a computer for the first time in a store window. It's a Commodore VIC-20. Boxy, clunky, beige plastic. It has 5 kilobytes of memory. That's almost nothing by today's standards. But to Elon, it's magic. He begs his father to buy it. Eventually, Errol agrees. The computer comes with a workbook, a manual teaching the basic programming language. It's supposed to take 6 months to complete. Elon finishes it in 3 days. He doesn't sleep much. He types line after line of code. He makes mistakes. He fixes them. He begins to see patterns. Programming to him is like learning a new language. Except this language builds worlds. You type a command, and the computer obeys. You create logic, structure, cause and effect. It's control in a world where Elon often feels powerless. By the age of 12, he's written his first program. It's a game. He calls it Blastar. It's a simple space shooter. You control a ship. You destroy alien vessels. Nothing fancy, but it works. And more importantly, someone wants it. A computer magazine offers him $500 for the code. He sells it. His first sale. His first proof that what he creates has value. That feeling stays with him. At home, life continues its difficult rhythm. His parents divorce when he is young. Elon chooses to live with his father. People ask him why. He doesn't always have a clear answer. Maybe he felt his father needed him more. Maybe he thought he could learn more. Maybe he just didn't know. But the decision weighs on him. Living with Errol is not easy. The house is tense. There are moments of warmth, but they are rare. Elon retreats further into books, into computers, into his own mind. He begins to dream bigger, not just about programs or games, about humanity, about the future. He reads Isaac Asimov's Foundation series. It changes him. The books tell the story of a mathematician who predicts the fall of a galactic empire and works to shorten the dark age that will follow. The hero doesn't use weapons. He uses knowledge, planning, systems. Elon is captivated. He begins to think about civilizations, about collapse, about what it takes to preserve humanity's future. He reads The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. It's funny, absurd, but it also asks a question that sticks with him. What is the right question to ask? Adams writes that the answer to life, the universe, and everything is 42. But the real challenge is figuring out what question that's answering. Elon takes this seriously. He decides that his job in life isn't just to find answers. It's to figure out what questions are worth asking. He becomes obsessed with space, not in a childish way, in a philosophical way. He reads about the Apollo missions. He learns that humans walked on the moon in 1969. just 2 years before he was born. He assumes that by the time he's an adult, humanity will have gone further. Mars, maybe beyond. That's the natural progression, isn't it? But as he grows older, he realizes something troubling. Humanity isn't going back. The Apollo program ended. The space shuttle goes to low Earth orbit. There are no plans for Mars, no grand vision. It seems like humanity reached out, touched the stars, and then gave up. This bothers him deeply. He can't understand it. Why would we stop? Why would we choose to stay on one planet when the universe is so vast? He begins to think that if no one else is going to push humanity forward, maybe he will have to. But first, he needs to get out of South Africa. By the time Elon is a teenager, South Africa is not a place he wants to stay. Apartheid is still in effect. The country is isolated, violent. The mandatory military service looms ahead of him, and the thought of being forced to enforce apartheid policies makes him feel trapped. He begins to research how to leave. He learns that his mother was born in Canada, which means he can claim Canadian citizenship. Canada is a door to North America. And North America, specifically the United States, is where things happen, where technology is born, where the future is being built. He tells his mother his plan. May supports him. She always has. Despite everything, she believes in her children. She's seen Elon's mind at work. She knows he's different. She knows he won't stop until he's done something extraordinary. At 17, Elon leaves South Africa. He boards a plane alone. He doesn't have much, a little money, a backpack, a head full of ideas. He doesn't know anyone in Canada. He just knows he has to go. He arrives in Montreal in 1989. The city is cold, colder than anything he's known. Snow is everywhere. He stays with a distant relative briefly, then moves on. He takes odd jobs, cleaning out grain bins, cutting logs, shoveling. The work is hard, physical, nothing like the world of ideas he lives in. But he doesn't complain. He's free. He's on his way. He enrolls at Queen's University in Kingston, Ontario. It's not a prestigious school, but it's a start. He studies physics and economics. He joins study groups. He meets people who are smart, curious, driven. For the first time in his life, Elon begins to feel like he's around others who think the way he does. One of those people is Justine Wilson. She's studying English literature. She's thoughtful, creative, beautiful. Elon is smitten. He pursues her relentlessly. He invites her for ice cream. She says no. He shows up at her dorm with 2 ice cream cones anyway. She's charmed, despite herself. They begin dating. It's intense, passionate, complicated. The kind of relationship that will shape both of them in ways they don't yet understand. But even as Elon builds a social life, his mind is elsewhere. He's thinking about the future, about what he wants to do. He knows he won't stay in Canada forever. He needs to get to the United States. That's where the real opportunities are. He applies to transfer to the University of Pennsylvania. He's accepted. In 1992, he moves to Philadelphia. It's a bigger stage, a better school. He's getting closer. At Penn, Elon double majors in physics and economics from the Wharton School. The combination is unusual. Most people pick one or the other. But Elon wants both. He wants to understand how the universe works and how human systems work. He believes that if you understand both, you can change the world. He's not the most social student. He spends a lot of time thinking, reading, planning. But he does make a friend, Adeo Resi. They become roommates. They throw parties to make rent money. Elon is the one who does the math, figuring out exactly how many people they need, how much to charge for entry, how much alcohol to buy. He turns partying into a business model. It works. But Elon isn't interested in partying. He's interested in the future. He writes essays. He thinks about energy, about space, about the internet, which is just beginning to take shape. He sees patterns. He sees where things are going. In one college paper, he outlines what he believes are the most important areas that will affect humanity's future: the internet, sustainable energy, and space exploration. He is in his early 20s. He has no money, no connections, but he has clarity. After graduating in 1995, Elon is accepted into a PhD program at Stanford University to study energy physics. Stanford is prestigious. It's in California, the heart of the tech world. It seems like the logical next step. But something happens. The internet is exploding. Netscape has just gone public. Everyone is talking about the web. Elon sees it happening in real time. And he realizes something. If he stays in academia, he'll spend years studying, writing papers, teaching. But the world is changing right now. If he wants to be part of it, he can't wait. He makes a decision. He defers his enrollment at Stanford. He tells himself he'll go back. But deep down, he knows he won't. He's going to start a company. He doesn't have a detailed plan. He doesn't have funding. But he has an idea. And he has a brother, Kimball, who believes in him. Together, they start a company called Zip2. It's 1995. Elon is 24 years old. He's about to step into a world that will chew him up, spit him out, and rebuild him into something harder. But that's a story for the next part of this journey. For now, let's just sit with this image. A young man, alone in a new country, carrying nothing but a mind full of questions and a stubborn belief that the future is something you build, not something you wait for. The sun sets slowly over Philadelphia. Elon closes his textbook. He looks out the window. Somewhere out there, the future is waiting. And he's ready to meet it. The mid-1990s in America feel like the edge of something enormous. The Cold War is over. The economy is growing. And there's this new thing called the internet that most people don't quite understand yet. Elon Musk stands in a small office in Palo Alto, California. It's 1995. The room is cramped. There are a few desks, some computers, cables everywhere. He's wearing the same clothes he wore yesterday. He's been sleeping on a futon in the office because he and his brother Kimball can't afford an apartment and office space at the same time. They chose the office. This is Zip2. The idea behind Zip2 is simple, at least in concept. Newspapers are starting to go online, but they don't know how. They have content, but no way to make it interactive. No maps, no directories. No way for readers to actually find local businesses or services. Zip2 wants to be the software that powers that. A city guide platform. Business directories with maps. Turn-by-turn directions. It sounds obvious now. But in 1995, it's groundbreaking. Elon writes the code himself. All of it. Late into the night, every night. His fingers move across the keyboard in bursts. He stops, thinks, types again. He's teaching himself as he goes. He's not a trained software engineer. He's a physicist who learned programming as a kid. But he's fast. And he's obsessive. Kimball handles the business side, talking to potential clients, trying to convince newspapers that they need this technology. It's a hard sell. Most newspapers think the internet is a fad. They don't see the point. But Kimball is charming, persistent. He gets meetings. He gets people to listen. The brothers eat cheaply, fast food, instant noodles. They shower at the YMCA. Elon codes. Kimball sells. They argue sometimes about strategy, about priorities. But they're in it together. Money is tight. They bootstrap the company with a small amount from their father, Errol, and some early angel investors. But it's not much. Every dollar matters. Elon calculates how long they can survive. He does the math constantly. Burn rate, runway. He knows exactly how many weeks they have before they run out of cash. Then they get their first client, the New York Times. It's not a huge contract, but it's validation. A major newspaper is using their software. Other papers start to pay attention. The Chicago Tribune, the Los Angeles Times. Slowly, Zip2 begins to grow. But growth brings new challenges. Investors want to bring in experienced management. They don't think Elon and Kimball can run the company. They're too young, too inexperienced. The investors bring in a CEO, Rich Sorkin. He's older, he has experience. He knows how to run a company. Elon hates this. It's his company, his code, his vision. But suddenly, he's not in charge. He's the CTO, the technical guy. Someone else is making the decisions. He fights it. He argues in meetings. He sends long emails explaining why certain strategies are wrong. He doesn't hold back. He can be harsh, blunt. He doesn't understand why people can't see what's so obvious to him. Some people find him difficult to work with. He doesn't do small talk. He doesn't sugarcoat things. If he thinks an idea is stupid, he says so. If he thinks someone isn't working hard enough, he tells them. He measures everything by output, by results. The rest is noise. But he's also right a lot of the time. His technical instincts are sharp. When there's a problem with the code, he can identify it faster than anyone. When there's a strategic decision about the product, he usually sees 3 steps ahead. Still, it's painful for him. He built this, and now he's being sidelined. He learns a hard lesson. Ownership isn't the same as control. Even if it's your idea, if you need other people's money, they get a say. Sometimes a big say. Zip2 keeps growing. By 1998, the company has contracts with major newspapers across the country. They're generating real revenue. The internet boom is in full swing now. Everyone wants in. Valuations are skyrocketing. Companies with barely any revenue are going public and making their founders millionaires overnight. And then in 1999, Compaq Computer Corporation makes an offer. They want to buy Zip2 for $307 million. It's an enormous sum. Elon's share, after investors and everyone else gets their cut, is $22 million. He's 27 years old. The sale goes through. Elon is suddenly wealthy. Not just comfortable, wealthy. He can buy whatever he wants, do whatever he wants. He buys a McLaren F1, one of the fastest cars in the world. It costs $1 million. He doesn't even get insurance on it at first. He crashes it a few months later. The whole thing is caught on camera. He laughs it off. It's not a big deal, he says. The car gets repaired. But the money isn't the point for him. He doesn't want to retire. He doesn't want to relax. He immediately starts thinking about the next thing. He's been mulling over ideas for years. And one area keeps pulling him back: the internet and finance. Banking in the late 1990s is still mostly physical. You go to a branch, you write checks, you wait in line. It's slow, inefficient. Elon thinks it's insane. Money is just information. It should move instantly. There should be a way to handle all your finances online. Pay bills, transfer money, invest, everything in one place. He starts a new company. He calls it X.com. The name is bold, simple, futuristic. He registers the domain. He pours $10 million of his own money into it. He's all in. X.com launches in 1999. The idea is to be a full-service online bank. Checking accounts, savings, investments, loans, everything. It's ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. Banking is heavily regulated. There are licenses, compliance issues. It's not like building software for newspapers. But Elon doesn't care about the obstacles. He hires engineers. He builds the platform. X.com goes live. They start offering accounts. To attract users, they give away money. Literally. Sign up and get $20. Refer a friend, get 20 more. It's a customer acquisition strategy borrowed from PayPal, a competitor that's doing something similar. Wait, PayPal. That's important. At the same time, Elon is building X.com, another company is growing fast. It's called Confinity. It was started by Peter Thiel and Max Levchin. Their original idea was cryptography software, but they pivoted to online payments, specifically payments between Palm Pilots. That didn't take off. But then they realized people needed an easy way to send money via email. They called the service PayPal. PayPal is growing like crazy. So is X.com. They're competitors. Both are burning through cash trying to acquire users. Both are fighting for dominance in the same space. It's expensive, exhausting, unsustainable. In early 2000, Elon and Peter Thiel start talking. They realize that competing is going to kill them both. What if they merged? Combined their user bases, their technology, their resources? It makes sense. The merger happens in March 2000. X.com and Confinity become one company. At first, they keep the name X.com. Elon is the largest shareholder. He becomes CEO. It's his company now. But there are problems. The merged company has two cultures, two visions. Elon wants to build a full financial platform. The PayPal team wants to focus on payments. Just payments. Fast. Simple. That's it. They clash. Meetings get heated. People take sides. And there's another issue. Elon wants to switch the technology stack from Linux to Microsoft Windows. The engineering team, especially the PayPal side, thinks this is a terrible idea. Windows isn't stable enough for financial transactions. Linux is safer, more reliable. Elon disagrees. He thinks Windows is the future. He pushes for the change. The engineering team is furious. Some of them start to lose faith in Elon's leadership. They think he's making technical decisions based on instinct, not data. Behind the scenes, key executives start talking to the board. They don't think Elon should be CEO. Then, in September 2000, while Elon is on his honeymoon, the board makes a move. They vote him out as CEO. Peter Thiel takes over. It's a brutal blow. Elon built this. He put his own money into it. And now, for the second time, he's been pushed aside. But there's a key difference this time. He's still the largest shareholder. He's still on the board. He hasn't been kicked out, just replaced. He's angry, hurt. But he doesn't walk away. He stays involved. He watches as the company refocuses entirely on payments. They rename it. It's no longer X.com. It's PayPal. And PayPal explodes. By 2001, it's processing millions of transactions. It's become the default way people send money online, especially on eBay. eBay users love it. eBay itself notices. In 2002, eBay buys PayPal for $1.5 billion. Elon's share is $180 million. After taxes, he has around $100 million in the bank. He's 31 years old. He's been pushed out of 2 companies he helped build. But he's also now wealthy enough to do whatever he wants. He doesn't take time off. He doesn't vacation. He starts thinking. What now? He could retire, buy an island, live in luxury. But that's not who he is. He spent his whole life preparing for something. He just doesn't know what yet. He goes back to the questions he asked himself in college. What are the problems that matter? What will affect the future of humanity? 3 things keep coming back: the internet, sustainable energy, and space exploration. He's already done the internet, twice. He's made his mark. He's made his money. Now he thinks about the other 2. Space has always fascinated him. When he was a kid, he thought humanity would be on Mars by now. But NASA's budget has been cut. There's no vision, no plan. The space shuttle goes in circles. The International Space Station is a research lab, not a stepping stone. What if someone could make space travel cheaper? What if rockets could be reused, like airplanes? What if we could actually get to Mars in our lifetime? He starts researching. He reads everything he can about rockets, propulsion, orbital mechanics. He teaches himself aerospace engineering. He talks to experts. He visits Russia to see if he can buy refurbished ICBMs to use as launch vehicles. The Russians laugh at him. They quote him absurd prices. He realizes they're not taking him seriously. On the flight back from Russia, Elon opens his laptop. He starts building a spreadsheet. He calculates the raw cost of materials needed to build a rocket: aluminum, titanium, fuel, electronics. He adds it all up. The total is a tiny fraction of what rockets actually cost. That's when it clicks. Rockets are expensive not because of the materials. They're expensive because of the process, the way they're built, the way the industry works. Huge bureaucracies, cost-plus contracts, no incentive to innovate. What if he just built his own rockets? It sounds insane. He's not an aerospace engineer. He's never built rockets. But he's built software. He's built companies. How different can it be? He decides to try. He calls the company Space Exploration Technologies, SpaceX. At the same time, something else catches his attention. A small electric car company called Tesla Motors. It was founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. They're trying to build a high-performance electric sports car using lithium-ion batteries, the kind in laptops. It's a crazy idea. Everyone knows electric cars are slow. Golf carts, boring. But Elon sees something. Electric cars don't have to be boring. They can be fast, sexy, desirable. And if you can make electric cars desirable, you can change the entire automotive industry. You can get people off oil. He meets with the Tesla founders. He's impressed. He invests. In 2004, he leads Tesla's Series A funding round, putting in $6.5 million. He becomes chairman of the board. He's not running the company, not yet. But he's deeply involved. He attends meetings, reviews designs, pushes for performance. So now he's juggling 2 massive projects, SpaceX and Tesla. Both are in industries that are notoriously hard to break into. Both require hundreds of millions of dollars. Both have failure rates that would terrify most investors. But Elon doesn't think about failure. He thinks about what happens if he succeeds. If SpaceX works, humanity becomes multiplanetary. If Tesla works, we get off fossil fuels. These aren't just businesses, they're missions. In 2002, SpaceX is officially founded. Elon moves to Los Angeles. He rents a warehouse in El Segundo, near LAX. He starts hiring engineers, scrappy, smart people who are willing to work insane hours for a vision. They start designing their first rocket. Falcon 1. It's small. A two-stage liquid-fueled rocket designed to carry small satellites into orbit. If they can prove the concept, they can scale up. Elon is hands-on. He's in the factory. He's reviewing designs. He's learning propulsion, thermodynamics, structural engineering. He doesn't just delegate. He digs in. He asks questions. He challenges assumptions. Some of the engineers are annoyed. He's not an expert. Why is he questioning their work? But he's often right. He sees inefficiencies, overcomplications. He pushes for simplicity, for first principles thinking. Strip away everything unnecessary. What's the simplest way to achieve the goal? Tesla is moving too. The Roadster is taking shape. It's based on a Lotus Elise chassis, but everything else is new. The battery pack, the motor, the software. Elon pushes for performance, 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, a range of over 200 miles. It has to shatter expectations. But both companies are burning money, fast. Developing rockets is expensive. Developing cars is expensive. Elon is pouring his PayPal fortune into them. He's the primary funder. If they fail, he loses everything. People think he's crazy. Why would you risk everything on 2 long-shot bets? Why not just enjoy your wealth? But Elon isn't wired that way. He believes these things need to exist. If he doesn't do them, who will? By the mid-2000s, both companies are in full swing. SpaceX is preparing for its first launch. Tesla is preparing to unveil the Roadster. And Elon's personal life is complicated too. He married Justine Wilson in 2000. They have a son, Nevada, in 2002. But tragedy strikes. Nevada dies of sudden infant death syndrome at just 10 weeks old. It's devastating. Elon doesn't talk about it much publicly. He throws himself into work. It's how he copes. He and Justine have more children through IVF. Twins in 2004, triplets in 2006, 5 boys. The household is full, but the marriage is strained. Elon is always working, always traveling between Los Angeles and the Bay Area. Justine feels alone. They grow apart. In 2008, they divorce. It's painful, public. There are accusations, hurt feelings, custody battles. Elon is vilified in some circles, defended in others. It's messy. But through it all, he keeps working. Because SpaceX and Tesla are both approaching critical moments. Make or break, do or die. And 2008 is going to test him in ways he never imagined. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. For now, let's stay in this moment. The mid-2000s, 2 companies growing. A man pouring everything he has into them. Not for glory, not for money, but because he believes the future depends on it. The sun sets over Los Angeles. In a warehouse in El Segundo, engineers are working late. Sparks fly from welding torches. A rocket is taking shape. And in Northern California, in a small factory, a sports car is being assembled by hand. Battery by battery, wire by wire. Elon moves between these worlds. Sleep-deprived, driven, relentless. The future isn't something you predict. It's something you build. And he's building as fast as he can. Let's go back a little. Back to that moment in 1995 when Elon Musk decided not to pursue his PhD at Stanford. Back to when the internet was still a mystery to most people. And the world was about to change in ways no one could fully predict. The air in Silicon Valley in the mid-1990s feels electric. There's a sense that something big is happening. Venture capitalists are opening their wallets. Startups are launching every week. The word .com is entering the vocabulary. And everyone, it seems, wants a piece of the future. Elon and Kimball Musk arrive in Silicon Valley with almost nothing. They have a beat-up old car, a few $1,000s, and an idea that they're still refining. They know they want to do something with the internet. They know newspapers are struggling to go online, and they think they can help. They rent a tiny office. It's cramped, barely room for 2 desks and a couple of computers. The carpet is stained. The walls are thin. They can hear everything happening in the neighboring offices. But it's theirs. It's a start. Elon sets up his computer and gets to work. He's coding the entire platform himself. There's no team yet. No engineers, just him. He writes in multiple languages. C, C++, Java. Whatever gets the job done. He's not precious about it. He just wants it to work. The concept is clear now. Zip2 will provide newspapers with software to create online city guides, maps, business listings, searchable directories. The newspapers provide the content, and Zip2 provides the technology. It's a partnership model, a B2B play. Boring maybe, but practical. Newspapers need this. They just don't know it yet. Kimball focuses on sales. He's the face of the company. He's charming in a way Elon isn't. He can make small talk. He can schmooze. He sets up meetings with newspaper executives. He flies to New York, to Chicago, to Los Angeles. He pitches the vision. Most of the time, he gets polite nods and no follow-up. Newspapers are slow to change. They don't understand technology. They think the internet is a toy. But Kimball keeps pushing. He's persistent. He believes in what they're building. And slowly, doors start to open. Back in the office, Elon is working around the clock. He sleeps on a futon in the corner. He showers at the YMCA down the street. He eats cheap bagels, instant ramen, McDonald's. Every dollar saved is another day the company can survive. He's not just writing code. He's thinking about architecture, about scalability. He knows that if this works, they'll need to support dozens, maybe hundreds of clients. The system has to be robust, fast, reliable. He builds it with that in mind. Late at night, when the office is quiet, Elon sits back and stares at the screen. Lines of code scroll by. He's exhausted, but his mind is racing. He's thinking about what comes next. After Zip2, after newspapers. The internet is so much bigger than this. It's going to change everything. Commerce, communication, media, banking, everything. He makes a mental note. After this, he'll do something even bigger. Something that touches everyone. Not just newspapers. But he can't think about that yet. First, Zip2 has to survive. In 1996, they get their first major breakthrough. The New York Times company agrees to use Zip2's software. It's not a massive contract, but it's the Times, one of the most prestigious newspapers in the world. It's validation. Other newspapers take notice. The Chicago Tribune signs on. Then the Los Angeles Times, then the Philadelphia Inquirer. Suddenly, Zip2 has real clients, real revenue. The company is growing. Elon and Kimball hire more people, engineers, salespeople, account managers. The tiny office becomes cramped. They move to a bigger space, then an even bigger one. The company is scaling. But with growth comes tension. Elon is still writing a lot of the code. He's reviewing every feature, every design decision. He has strong opinions, very strong opinions, and he's not shy about sharing them. Some of the new hires find him difficult. He doesn't do pleasantries. If he thinks something is inefficient, he says so. Bluntly. He doesn't care about feelings. He cares about the product, about the mission. He measures people by their output. If you're not contributing, you're in the way. One early employee later recalls that working with Elon was intense. He had no patience for excuses. If you said something couldn't be done, he'd ask why. And if your answer wasn't rooted in physics or fundamental limitations, he'd push back. Hard. But he also inspired loyalty. Because he worked harder than anyone. He never asked people to do things he wouldn't do himself. He was in the office before everyone else and left after everyone else. He led by example. Still, tensions grow, especially when investors get involved. By 1996, Zip2 needs more capital to grow. Elon and Kimball's initial funding is running out. They need a real venture capital injection. They pitch to several firms. Eventually, they secure funding from more Davidow Ventures and others. It's a significant round. Millions of dollars. The company is officially a funded startup now. But with that money comes oversight. The investors want experienced management. They don't think two guys in their 20s, neither of whom has run a company before, should be in charge. They bring in Rich Sorkin, a seasoned executive, to be CEO. Elon is furious. This is his company, his code, his vision, and now someone else is running it. He fights the decision. He argues in board meetings. He sends long, detailed emails explaining why this is a mistake. But the investors have the leverage. They have the money. And the board votes. Sorkin becomes CEO. Elon is named CTO. It's a demotion, even if no one calls it that. Elon is in charge of the technology, but not the company, not the strategy. He hates it. He clashes with Sorkin constantly. They have different philosophies. Sorkin wants to move carefully, build sustainable partnerships, grow steadily. Elon wants to move fast, expand aggressively, take risks. He thinks Sorkin is too conservative, too slow. In meetings, Elon doesn't hold back. He challenges decisions. He questions strategies. He's relentless. Some people admire his conviction. Others find him exhausting. But here's the thing. Elon is often right. His technical instincts are sharp. When there's a problem with the platform, he can diagnose it faster than anyone. When there's a strategic question about product direction, he usually sees the right path. Still, it's a painful period for him. He learns that building a company isn't just about having the best ideas. It's about managing people, managing egos, managing investors. It's about compromise. And compromise doesn't come naturally to Elon. Meanwhile, Zip2 continues to grow. By 1998, the company has contracts with more than 160 newspapers. They're generating significant revenue. The platform is stable. The business model is working. And then the offers start coming in. Other companies want to buy Zip2. The dot-com boom is in full swing now. Valuations are insane. Companies with barely any profit are going public and making their founders rich overnight. Everyone wants a piece of the internet gold rush. CitySearch, a competitor, offers to buy Zip2. The board considers it. Elon is conflicted. On one hand, a sale means a payout, financial security. On the other hand, it means giving up. It means someone else takes what he built. The CitySearch deal falls through, but other offers come. And then In early 1999, Compaq Computer Corporation makes a serious offer. They want to buy Zip2 for $307 million in cash. It's a massive number, far more than anyone expected. The board is ecstatic. The investors are thrilled. For Elon and Kimball, it's life-changing money. Elon's share, after investors and employees get their cuts, is about $22 million. He's 27 years old. He's a multimillionaire. The deal closes in February 1999. There's a celebration, champagne, congratulations all around. Elon smiles. He shakes hands. But inside, he's already thinking about what's next. He doesn't want to retire. He doesn't want to coast. He's just gotten started. And he has ideas. Big ideas. He takes a few weeks to decompress. He buys a condo in Palo Alto. He buys that McLaren F1, the $1 million supercar. It's absurd, excessive, but it's also a statement. He made it. He's arrived. He takes a journalist for a ride in the McLaren. The journalist asks if he's insured. Elon laughs. No. Then he floors it. The car launches forward like a rocket. They're doing over 100 miles per hour in seconds. The journalist looks terrified. Elon is grinning. A few months later, he crashes the car. He's showing off, trying to do a lane change at high speed. The car spins out, hits a curb, flies into the air, comes down hard. The body is destroyed. Elon walks away without a scratch. He laughs about it later. The lesson is, you can always buy another car. But toys don't interest him for long. He's thinking about the next move. And he keeps coming back to one idea: banking. The financial system in the late 1990s is archaic. You go to a physical bank, you wait in line, you write checks, you mail payments. It's slow, it's inefficient, it's stuck in the past. Elon thinks it's insane. Money is just information. It should move at the speed of light. There should be a way to handle all your finances online. Pay bills, transfer money, invest, borrow. Everything in one place. A full-service online bank. He starts working on the idea. He calls it X.com. The name is bold, futuristic, memorable. He registers the domain. He starts assembling a team. He pours $12 million of his own money into X.com. He's not looking for investors yet. He wants control this time. He wants to build it his way. X.com officially launches in December 1999. The timing is perfect. The dot-com bubble is at its peak. Money is flowing. Everyone is launching internet companies. The sky is the limit. X.com offers online banking services, checking accounts, savings accounts, the ability to send money via email. It's innovative, it's ambitious, and it's complicated. Banking is heavily regulated. There are federal rules, state rules, compliance requirements. Elon hires lawyers. He gets the necessary licenses. He navigates the bureaucracy. It's tedious, but he pushes through. To attract customers, X.com does something bold. They give away money. Sign up and get $20 deposited into your account. Refer a friend and get another $20. It's a customer acquisition strategy that's expensive, but effective. People love free money. Within weeks, X.com has thousands of sign-ups. Within months, tens of thousands. The growth is explosive, but it's also expensive. Every new customer costs the company money up front.
And so, we've reached the end of another history story. I hope this journey through the calm waters of the past has relaxed your mind and prepared you for a peaceful sleep. Thank you for sharing these moments with me as we get lost together in the depths of history. Each video is a story from the dusty pages of the past, and each story is crafted to be a lullaby just for you. If you enjoyed this video and it helped guide you towards sleep, please don't forget to hit that like button to support me. Subscribe to the channel to discover more of history's monotonous yet mesmerizing tales and drift off to sleep each night with a whisper from the past by your side. Make sure to turn on notifications so you'll be instantly alerted when new videos are uploaded. Feel free to share in the comments which historical topics you'd like to hear about. Every suggestion you make could inspire the next video. Now gently close your eyes, take a deep breath, and surrender to the night. I wish you peaceful nights, sweet dreams, and a wonderful sleep in the embrace of history. Until we meet again on our next historical journey. Good night.